Welcome! In this video, we're diving deep into Git Interactive Rebase. This is a powerful tool for modifying your commit history, allowing you to maintain a clean and logical project timeline. Interactive Rebase lets you reorder, edit, squash, and refine your commits before sharing them with others. Let's get started. So, what exactly is Interactive Rebase? Interactive Rebase is a Git feature that allows you to modify your commit history. It provides you with the ability to reorder commits, edit individual commits, squash multiple commits into one, and much more. This is beneficial because it helps in maintaining a clean and logical commit history, which is easier for collaboration and understanding the project's evolution. One important note is that Interactive Rebase should only be used on commits that haven't been pushed to a shared repository. Now let's look at some basic syntax. The basic syntax for Interactive Rebase is git rebase, option I, then base commit. For example, to rebase the last 3 commits, you would use the command git rebase, option I, head 3. Alternatively, you can specify a commit hash like so: git rebase, option I, ABC1234. This tells Git to start the Interactive Rebase process from that commit. When you initiate an Interactive Rebase, Git opens an editor with a list of commits. This editor allows you to specify commands for each commit. Let's review some of the key commands. You will see something similar to this in the editor: pick, then a hash, then a commit message. Then pick, then a hash, and then a commit message, and so on. The commands are listed below. The first one is pick. Pick simply means to keep the commit as is without any modification. Next, we have reword, which keeps the changes in the commit, but allows you to edit the commit message. The third one is edit. Edit will pause the rebase process, allowing you to modify the commit content itself. Finally, there is squash. Squash allows you to combine the commit with the previous commit, merging their changes and commit messages. Besides the commands we've already discussed, Interactive Rebase offers a few more options for refining your commit history. Let's take a look at them. First, there is fixup. Similar to squash, fixup combines a commit with the previous one, but it discards the commit message of the current commit. Second, we have drop. Drop removes the commit completely from the history. Third is exec. Exec allows you to run a shell command after a commit is applied. And finally, there is break. Break will stop the rebase at a particular commit, allowing you to run git rebase continue later to resume. Now let's look at an example of reordering commits. Before reordering, the commits are listed in chronological order. First, add feature A implementation, then fix typo in README, then update documentation for feature A, and so on. After reordering, you can change the order of the commits to group related changes together. Here we've moved add tests for feature A and update documentation for feature A directly after add feature A implementation, making the history more logical. Let's walk through a practical example of squashing commits. Squashing commits combines multiple commits into a single, more comprehensive commit. Here is the situation we have. First, we have our original commits. The list contains add feature A implementation, fix typo in README, update documentation for feature A, and add tests for feature A. To squash related commits, you would modify the list in the Interactive Rebase editor to look like this. Pick the first commit, add feature A implementation, then change the subsequent related commits to squash. Like squash update documentation for feature, and squash add tests for feature. Finally, pick fix typo in README. Now let's walk through the steps. First, start the Interactive Rebase with the command git rebase, option I, head 4. Next, change pick to squash for the commits you want to combine with the previous commit. Third, save and close the editor to proceed. A new editor will then open, allowing you to edit the combined commit message. Edit the message to summarize all the changes, save, and close. and the result will be 3 commits combined into one comprehensive commit. Now let's explore how to edit a commit using Interactive Rebase. This is useful when you need to modify the contents of a previous commit. Here is a situation we have. The original commits list contains add feature A implementation, fix typo in README, and update documentation for feature A. To edit the implementation commit, change pick to edit for the commit you want to modify. The list should look like this: edit, add feature A implementation, pick, fix typo in README, and pick, update documentation for feature. Let's walk through the steps. First, start the interactive rebase with Git Rebase, option I head 3. Next, change pick to edit for the commit you want to modify. Save and close the editor, at which point Rebase will stop at that commit. Now you can make your changes to the files, then stage them with git add. Amend the commit with git commit, --amend. Finally, continue the rebase with git rebase, --continue. Let's explore how to drop and reword commits using Interactive Rebase. Dropping removes a commit completely, while rewording allows you to change the commit message. Here is the list of the original commits. It contains add feature A implementation, fix typo in README, WIP temporary commit, and add tests for feature. To drop and reword commits, modify the list. Change the add feature A implementation to reword. Keep fix typo in README as pick. Change WIP temporary commit to drop, and keep add tests for feature as pick. So to drop a commit, change pick to drop, or simply delete the line from the file. The commit will then be completely removed from the history. To reword a commit, change pick to reword. Then save and close the editor. A new editor will open for each reword commit, allowing you to edit the commit message and then save and close. Rebasing can sometimes lead to conflicts if the changes in different commits overlap. Let's see how to handle this. When a conflict occurs during rebase, Git will show you an error message indicating the file with the conflict. The message will look like this: conflict content, merge conflict in file.txt. And then it says error, could not apply A5F4E0D update docs. To resolve this, resolve all the conflicts manually, mark them as resolved with git add or remove, then run git rebase --continue. Or you can instead skip this commit with git rebase --skip. Or to abort and get back to the state before git rebase --abort. After resolving the conflicts, use git add to stage the changes, and then run git rebase --continue to proceed. Now it is time for an important warning. Never rebase commits that have been pushed to a shared repository, unless you're absolutely sure no one has base work on them. Some best practices for handling conflicts. When conflicts occur, Git will pause the rebase at the conflicting commit. Edit the conflicting files to resolve the conflicts manually. Use git add to mark files as resolved. Continue with git rebase --continue. If you want to skip the current commit, use git rebase --skip. And to cancel the entire rebase, use git rebase --abort. To make the most of interactive rebase, let's review some best practices. Only rebase commits that exist in your local repository and haven't been pushed. Create a backup branch before performing complex rebases. Squash related commits to create a clean logical history. Use descriptive commit messages that explain the why and not just the what. Test your code after rebasing to ensure everything still works. And if rebasing a feature branch, rebase onto the latest main branch first. Here is a common workflow example. First, create a backup branch, git branch backup feature. Update main branch, git checkout main and git pull. Return to the feature branch, git checkout feature. Rebase onto the latest main, git rebase main. Clean up history, git rebase option I head 5. And finally, force push if needed, git push --force with lease. In summary, Interactive Rebase is a powerful tool for refining your Git commit history. Here are some key points to remember. The key benefit is that Interactive Rebase gives you complete control over your commit history, allowing you to create a clean, logical narrative of your development process before sharing with others. Use Interactive Rebase when cleaning up local commits before pushing, organizing work-in-progress commits, or preparing a feature branch for review. Avoid rebasing commits that have been pushed to shared repositories, as it rewrites history and can cause conflicts for other developers. And always create a backup branch before complex rebases, and test your code thoroughly after rebasing to ensure everything still works as expected. Here are some further learning resources. First, the Git documentation, which contains detailed explanations of all rebase options. Second, ProGit Book, a free online book with in-depth coverage of Git concepts and workflows. And third, interactive tutorials with hands-on learning platforms like Katacoda and Learn Git branching. Thank you. If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.